Hello and welcome to game 1 of this best of 3. We will see EG taking on KP in the first round of the double elimination bracket for the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament 2013. Best of 3, one will go to the loser bracket, one will go to the winners bracket, and that's what we'll see. I say we because I'm not by myself. I am joined by Kanaz. Kanaz, welcome back. You are muted. News. What?
Oh, now it should be good now?
It's good now.
Okay.
EG first bans the Timbersaw.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know
see
what that
it.
means either. Did KP recently play Timbersaw?
I can't remember KP playing Timbersaw recently. I remember EG playing Timbersaw recently.
Well, they find him scary enough to ban him out.
I mean, Timbersaw can be a very powerful hero. He does a lot of pure damage, and that can be very difficult for teams to deal with as the game goes on. But I don't know that teams really like picking him up very early in the draft, if they pick him up at all. So either EG knows something that we don't, or they're just kind of banning whatever, and they want a lot of heroes to go through the pool.
Yeah, well, I mean, they already have that one sorted. I mean, of course, we still have a bad rider in the pool. First pick goes to EG, so I mean, having more heroes going through to the pool is in their benefit, unless they let too many go. Because if they do that, then KP will pick up 2 of the very strong heroes that are normally banned out earlier, rather than EG just picking up 1, of course. And they ban out the Visage. That's the normal one right there. So we still have the bad rider in the pool. KP's choice. Do they want to let it through? Yes, they do. So we still have the bad rider, the Darkseer, and the Alchemist in the pool. Am I missing one? That normally is banned out early, Life Stealer perhaps?
Lone Druid sometimes gets banned out early. I mean, it really depends on the teams, I guess, and who they're going up against.
No.
But yeah, the Bat Rider is going to be the first pick,
Ooh.
and KP immediately Naga Weaver
Yeah.
responds.
No Treant Protector. This is the Naga Siren that is played as support often, as solo mid sometimes as well, as carry not that often anymore. And there's a Treant. Almost forgot about the Treant. So Treant and Bat for EG, Naga and Weaver for KP. Interesting draft already. Overall, who are you favoriting from these two teams?
I think it's hard to say. I would sort of place, if I were to bet, I would place my bet on EG. But KP, very, very possible to, they can take it very easily. I wouldn't doubt them at all. It's just, I think I favor EG's playstyle a little bit more. It's much more aggressive. Sometimes it doesn't work out for them, but that's really the kind of playstyle I favor, not really just kind of betting on the late game that KP seem to tend towards.
Yeah, they do. It's one of the points that I believe they're actually trying to work on, just to be a bit more mid-game-ish, rather than just, you know, banking everything on their carry. And with the Naga Siren, I think they definitely can. I mean, aggressive tri lanes with the Naga Siren there as support, not unheard of, and very strong actually. Though they won't, of course, have their Come With Me Visage. There's still a lot of other options to go for that extra burst damage coming out of those supports. We've got a Queen of Pain ban out, so that's gonna be JO kinda denied the Queen of Pain. We have got the Shadow Demon banned out by EG. We still have a lot of other supports in the pool that you could consider setup supports if EG wants to ban out more of those, though I already think that with the Naga Siren they don't really need one of those. But should EG go that route, we might still see a Rubik, for example, banned out, or a oh, Bane is actually already banned out. Just a Rubik left then. And the Nyx Assassin, of course, as well. But it's the Darkseer that gets banned, and the OD in the end as well. Of course, Trey and OD, strong combination right there.
Yeah, Tree and OD is definitely a very powerful combination. OD is already kind of a terror to face solo in the mid lane, and then with the tree armor there as well, he's pretty much impossible to really even touch in terms of lane presence there. So definitely a smart ban, not the kind of thing you want to deal with. They're going to go with Life Stealer for KP. That's a hero that we've seen a couple of them play, but I think it's usually Envy on that hero.
Yeah, the potential for dual lane is still possible, or dual lane, I mean dual core, is still possible with the Life Stealer on the aggressive tri lane, and there's still something safe lane farming, something else like maybe a Gyrocopter or something, which is still on the pool. And then you have the Naga Siren and Snare to set up for an open wounds. It could work out, but actually they already have the Weaver, so that's a dual core right there already. My bad, kind of missed that one for a second. But
yeah,
yeah, with the Weaver, I mean, in theory, We've seen every single one of these heroes on a solo lane before, and in theory they don't need any extra heroes.
Yeah, it's hard to say how they're going to want to run the Naga. Definitely, like you said earlier, we've seen her mostly as a support hero in the recent weeks, but weeks before that, she was almost always like mid, and before that, she was a carry. So it's really hard to say where we're going to see the Naga. You can kind of bet Lifestealer, Weaver, those are going to be played as cores. We really never see them in any other capacity. Yeah. But Naga definitely up in the air right now for KP.
Yeah, and we have got... Well, actually, I like saying Naga Siren support, because with the Leshrac there, you've got your Ensnare followed up by Split Earth, and Lifestealer can also come up with the open wounds, and that will be an aggressive trial lane. I hope that's going to be the case. We're going to see a Shadow Fiend who will be taken on the mid lane and will be able to, or he will be helped a bit by the Train Protector, Living Armor, Bounty Hunter, same story for the off lane. I'm expecting a safe dual lane coming up from EG, putting Batrider in the jungle, so they would need another core. It will cripple them a little bit though, with only having a Treant as support, so I'm not totally convinced by myself just yet. But they could put Shadow Fiend in the safe lane farming, they could put Bounty Hunter still in the off lane obviously, but Batrider in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think that's most likely.
It really depends on how greedy they want to be.
Yeah, I mean, that lineup is somewhat greedy. Shadow Fiend, you can, if you put him in the safe lane, you can sort of just run him as a very mid-game oriented carry. Usually, he's not going to have the levels he would if he's mid, but he's also a lot more resilient to gank by being in that safe lane farming. That's kind of one of the biggest weaknesses of Shadow Fiend, is how easily gankable he is. He's pretty slow at early levels, he has no survivability, and he has no escape mechanism, so very easy for just someone to walk up behind him and say, well, I'm going to kill you.
You're dead.
You're quite dead when you're Shadow Fiend at like level 3. But yeah, if they want to safe lane farm him, he's definitely a carry that can work with their lineup. It's a very, very aggressive lineup right now. They have the Treant Protector that, with a lineup like this, you probably expect the Living Armor is going to be more an offensive oriented spell rather than defensive. So probably leading to early tower dives by heroes like Batrider, like Bounty Hunter. I don't know. It's definitely a very aggressive lineup, but I feel it can fizzle a lot more easily than what KP has going on right now.
Fizzle. So like when fireworks goes bad, it's like this is...
Yeah, like they like burn out.
Yeah. Okay. Fizzle.
It
That's
looks
a cool
really
word.
bright. Yeah. It goes real bright for a while, and then like if you don't win by a certain point, the other team's just going to be able to outlast you.
We have an Enchantress band for the last band of KP. We still have a Jet in the pool if they want to give that to come with me. If they want to run some other kind of lineup, as we said. I mean, there's still a lot of up in the air for KP. We have a Jakiro as the last band for EG, so they are expecting Naga Siren to be solo mid. But I'm actually expecting maybe Artesia on the Weaver. Oh, and they go for Gyrocopter, so I'm still thinking Artesia on the Weaver. And then Gyro on the safe lane, and then aggressive trial lane with the Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Naga Siren. And Nature's Prophet for the last hero of EG.
Yeah, and probably like Envy on the Gyrocopter and Bone 7 on Lifestealer. Yeah. I think that's probably the most likely way they'll run this. They've run that Weaver in the mid lane before. It's actually not that bad of a matchup for Batrider. It's kind of hard for Bat to get the kill on Weaver, and you can sort of use Shikuchi to last hit, go in and out of the fights, and if you get last hits as well, that's very good. And we've seen Artesia completely dominate games with his solo mid Weaver before.
We have.
So hopefully he'll have a good time this game as well. EG, their lineup is super greedy now with that Nature's Prophet pick, though.
Yeah, they don't really have that much counter push either. Like, if KP starts pushing, they've got Naga, Siren Illusions, they've got Edict. What can Nature's Prophet really do apart from split push? They can't really defend that, but they can't really defend without actually fighting 5-on-5 or fighting just in general. So interested to see how this is gonna pan out.
Their fights isn't that bad though. They don't have a ton of AoE, but like Nature's Prophet ult flying through, if they catch quite a few heroes with the Treant ult, and then they can lay a Shadow Fiend ult down on top of it, that's a lot of AoE damage that you can just sort of hold them in place for. It's going to take some setup, especially with the Naga ult on the other side that they can kind of use as a counter initiation tool early on. I don't know, EG, this lineup is ultra greedy though.
Yeah, let's see who is playing what. For EG on the Radiant side, we have Beatis playing the Treant Protector, already placing up some wards. We've got Fear actually rotating bottom, so that will be his lane. And of course Fear lately has been playing the carry role So carry, bounty hunter, who knows? Perhaps we're gonna see it. It will be Jay on the Shadow Fiend, no surprise there. He'll be in the mid. A great timber ban, indeed it was. And we've got Demon on his Batrider, one of his signature heroes, or at least one of the heroes that allows him to be as aggressive as he wants to be. And then the last one will be Bamboo, who will be running into the jungle with his Nature's Prophet.
Yep, and for KP on the dire side, we're going to have Come With Me on the left track, hiding up in the jungle in this top lane. Joined by Pylai, whose name is 123-124-124-12 right now. It's Pylai though, on the Naga Siren.
He's blocking Come With Me in. You can't.
I mean, I think they're they're gonna try and go for the gank though. I think early on with the net and Edict, or not Edict, Splitter. Eternal Envy also making his way up there on the Gyrocopter mid lane will be Arteezy on the Weaver, and finally their off lane is going to be the currently hasted Lifestealer, handled by Bone7.
Yeah, nice rune for him to find, and they're probably thinking that he was on an aggressive tri-lane until he started pulling the creep wave. Because that's gonna be kind of a warning, like, okay, that's not an aggressive tri-lane. Demon, in the meantime, he is not gonna let himself get caught out because he's actually not moving towards the top lane at all. So leaving it empty for now, as Arteezy indeed in his mid lane. This is the only lane where for now people are actually meeting each other. We've got, of course, Bone7 in theory will be meeting some people as well, but for now he's not. He's just waiting for his creep wave to arrive to bring the creep equilibrium towards his tower so that he can actually get some experience, even if he might not get all the last hits, although for now he's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhat interesting watching these sort of three heroes that all want to be jungling. Treant, usually he gets his farm by pulling a lot, stacking in the jungle. Demon's going to be in the jungle trying to farm because he doesn't want to go to the offlane, and Nature's Prophet doing basically the same thing, hanging on this jungle farming. So jungle's going to be pretty hectic for EG for these early levels. We'll see how it ends up working out for them.
Well, a lot will be forced down to the bottom lane because it looks like aggressive tri lane on the move. Naga Siren and Come With Me. Oh, they'll find Bamboo if they want to, but it's just Pylai. You can't do anything anymore here, so. Nice denies from Bamboo. Though she'll not get that extra experience. Naga Siren sad. Well, you can still get some experience, I guess, but not all of it.
And they counter-warded here, or just blocked rather, the large camp. So they're dropping a bunch of sentries to try and block up any of these jungle spawns, make sure that the experience isn't really available. They're going on Demon, not really going to be able to get it. And they should be moderately careful here. If they get a lot of stacks of Taran, they can probably get killed very easily by Demon, even if he is only level 2.
Yeah, and I mean, they don't have a net yet. They just have the Riptide up on the Naga Siren, so no real extra lockdown apart from Come With Me having to aim his split earth properly, which is well, easier said than done, I guess. Bounty Hunter is going to be on a lane where he should be able to stay alive at least, but he will not get as much free farm as he thought he would. On the bright side, there's no sentry wards up on KP on these three heroes at least.
Yeah, they've already used all of their sentries at this point to block the camps. It's going to be pretty painful for Demon, though. Bamboo has made his way to the top lane now because he knows these supports have rotated bottom, and he's probably comfortable with his matchup against solo Gyrocopter. He can at least go up there and try and get some experience, even if things are less than ideal for him since he's a little out-leveled. But as long as he doesn't die, it's fine, and it creates a little bit more space for Demon. As soon as they figure out these sentries are here, though, it's going to be kind of miserable.
Yeah, Jo in the meantime getting a ton of harassment here from Arteezy. Well, I say a ton. Living Armor helps Jo a lot here on this middle lane. Arteezy sitting on 12-3 on last hits. Sorry, that was of course Jo, and Arteezy on 16-4. So Arteezy on his Weaver, winning this mid lane, regardless of Living Armor or not.
Yeah, that's not particularly surprising. It's really hard for Shadow Fiend to outlast Ditto Weaver early on, but as he's going to get more and more souls, points in Necromastery, it's going to become easier and easier for him to really start dominating the CS score. And we kind of see that already starting to happen with him catching up. It should be pretty even. Living Armor is what's helping Jo for the early game. Arteezy picked up a bottle, though, so he's able to do good damage.
Yeah, we've got some more detection up on the Naga Siren here. Picked up Dust. They want to go for Fear. There is a net now, and an Edict, so that's going to be Fear that they want to have, and they should be able to get him as well. In comes the Split Earth. Living Armor might be enough. Where's the Dust? They know they have it. They're not going for it. Split Earth still hits, but with the lead sheet there, they just don't want to stick around, and they back off. Fear failed. Gank failed. Fear succeeded. Wow. Awkward. And a pause.
Yeah, it's really hard to get that gank off. They don't have the damage really right now, especially that close to a creep wave, so it eats up some of the Edict. They're not really going to be able to take down this bounty hunter as quickly as they want. Edict is a very good spell for trying to burn through those living armor charges. It's just not really enough quite yet. And as they gain some levels on the supports, though, it's going to be very scary for Fear.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, once they get everything going, they will be also able to survive through the harassment of the towers and have the creeps maybe push in a little bit more. And I mean, there's already a lot of damage going through to begin with if they have their way. And then with the Riptide, even more. And it's a scary lane for him to be in. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have got maybe some aggression coming up from EG to try and make something happen. But then again, they've got all these heroes that are very level and farm dependent. You need to have level 6 for your bounty hunter before you can really start doing big things. And I mean, he's already on the lane to begin with. Nature's Prophet probably not going to TP in anytime soon. A Demon needs himself to have level 6 as Arteezy actually gets forced away by Demon from the mid lane. Just harassment though. Shouldn't have been able to go for a kill. But also not able to go for the courier, unfortunately for him. But yeah, I mean, also Shadow Fiend can really help, and I mean, what kind of defensive things can they do on this bottom lane to actually do things? We're gonna see it, I guess. Maybe they are gonna try to go for someone.
Yeah, I don't know how much they really need to try and make something happen down here. As long as Fear is getting some levels, they could start eventually setting up these ganks. And Jayo's still having a pretty good time in the mid lane. He's got a little bit ahead now of Arteezy in terms of CS, and Arteezy's struggling a little bit with having to bottle crow now. But also Demon has moved up towards this top lane, and I think he's farming the Dire jungle. Yeah, it looks like he's stacked up a little bit. So this is a really good play by Demon. It's very aggressive, and it can blow up in your face, but these supports really want to be bottom, harassing Fear. And Beat is on the Treant Protector. They're rotating mid now to try and get Jayo, and Jayo is probably dead. Yeah,
living armor can help out a little bit, but it's not that high level just yet, just level 2. Here comes the ensnare, raises by Jayo still. Oh, he might actually be able to get the Naga Stagger, and he gets the first blood! Goes down for it, but at least he doesn't give first blood away. That's gonna be Pylai dies the first one to die, I have to say. That was not in the books for KP.
Yeah, Pylai got the net off, which was really good, and it was mostly just very good individual play by Arteezy, going with that body block there in Jayo. When he was trying to go up the ramp, making sure that he was close enough for Slayer to get the net. Fortunately, Pylai really wanted to get the Riptide off to secure the kill, and that meant getting close enough for Shadow Fiend to just raise you a couple times, so... First blood for Jayo makes that death a lot better for him. Yeah, he was pretty much dead no matter what.
Envy is actually laying down the rule here on this top lane. He has just harassed both Demon and Bamboo away from the lane. Look at their HP bars. They probably both have to go back. We have a smoke up in the meantime by Come With Me and Pylai Die. Looking to try and take down Jayo again, this time without dying themselves, perhaps. But we'll see. Jayo has to be careful, now realizes something is wrong. Here comes another ensnare, here goes another raises. Can he get that last raise up is the question. I don't think he can, but the living armor might be enough. No, there goes a Gemini attack. Arteezy with the last hit, with the kill. And this time Pylai Die backing out in time.
Yeah, that was very close. Those raises were spot on from Jayo. Did a lot of damage to those supports on their approach. Unfortunately, they just had enough stuns to lock him down before he can get the third raise off or any additional attacks. So they get another kill on Shadow Fiend. That's kind of what I was talking about in the draft. If you send him mid, he's very vulnerable to someone just walking up and setting up a kill on him. Doesn't really have survivability or an escape mechanism, so he goes down. In the meantime, Bamboo is actually the one farming up these stacks in the Dire jungle.
Fear is the one to go down here. The dust was used, living armor won't save him, and that's gonna be a kill for Bone 7's Life Stealer. Arteezy was the one that got the dust from Pylai Die, and it worked out, and he's actually rotating top. Continue to go there, has got a full bottle, so we'll be able to heal up again. Might be able to punish up Bamboo in the Dire jungle. Bamboo who's taking quite a bit of harassment from it as well. Oh, unless he just wants to go for Demon. Demon is the one that he wants.
I don't think they're aware that Bamboo is over there. and so they're gonna go on Demon because he's the one in lane, and they know where he is. If they happen to spot Bamboo, though, he's in a lot of trouble, sitting at like 200 HP. He'll be dead before he can even teleport out if RTZ finds him.
Yep. Fear in the meantime, he rotated as well, went top, goes for track. It's not enough damage to take down Envy, though. Envy is the one that has been farming most in terms of last hits. He is second highest on the net worth, but it's an entire team of KP that's just doing better overall in all the lanes. They've dominated every lane. I mean, Jo died twice, and that's of course having the mid game go the way of KP. We've got Fear dying once. We've got the top lane free farm for Gyrocopter for quite some time. So overall, EG is getting a bit behind here in terms of gold. And the question is, when are they gonna try and take it back? Of course, they've got the Bat Rider soon with the lasso, but the Blink Dagger is far away. They've got a Bounty Hunter that needs to get track kills, but he needs to have someone to help him do those. And of course, Bamboo is a good target for that one, but Bamboo doesn't even have boots, nor does he have his Hand of Midas that he's trying to rush.
Yeah, it's this really greedy lineup where EG needed a ton of farm on a ton of heroes isn't really working super well thus far.
Demon might actually go down, a cooldown comes down, one more hit needed, nope, not enough damage coming out, and that will be Living Armor keeping him safe. Flame Break, try to make sure that nobody is gonna chase him down to the tower. Fear is still hanging around here though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tree on the dice bottom, my bad. RTZ coming bottom, taking down the tree and protector. So no Living Armor on the top lane if it's needed. Oh, Envy though. Fear is gonna go for that one. Shuriken toss, one hit needed, and he gets him. Nice track kill, gets ensnared. Split Earth there as well, but TP incoming from Bamboo, and he's looking for come with me. Come with me, the block. Watch the block. Watch the block. This is Bamboo microing people, and he does it, and he gets a kill for Fear. Double kill for him. Double track kill for him. More importantly, nice blocks coming off from Bamboo.
Yeah, and that's the Midas recipe for Bamboo now. So definitely a very needed track kill there. Gets him some additional gold, and Fear with the double track kill obviously helps him quite a bit as well. JO's starting to get some space to farm in the mid lane. He's been left kind of alone by these supports trying to help top. So he's once again surpassed RTZ in terms of farm. You know, EG, their lineup's a little bit stronger in the mid game, so if they can make these ganks happen and try and pull it back at least to even, and then start building up an advantage of some sort, take some towers, they are still definitely in this. It's just you don't really want to get behind early with this kind of lineup.
Yeah, that's indeed exactly what you say. I mean, they've got the mid game just to make sure they have to make sure that or just to get the mid game, they have to make sure they don't get too far behind. They have to actually get ahead in the mid game rather than getting back to even, as RTZ actually goes down for the first lasso. No, Bamboo actually did not use the lasso. That was just harassment from Jo. No time-lapse used either, no mana for it actually on the Weaver. Weaver who's level 9 as well. And this definitely pushed Jo on top of the pack. He actually surpassed Envy right now in terms of net worth, which is quite surprising, as Envy had free farm for a long time, though he did die, of course. In the meantime, tier 1 tower rather, wow, it's not that late in the game just yet, goes down. Favor of KP was the first tower to die, but the second tower dies straight at the same time actually. Bamboo takes it down on the mid lane. Come on, stop fighting when I'm not watching! RTZ! Don't do that. 1-for-1 trade. Naga Siren for a Bounty Hunter, but RTZ getting ahead there for his team, because he takes down a more important hero.
Yeah, but it's also a track kill, so those trades still not really good. Because Fear gets a bunch of gold and it's all reliable gold, he's doing pretty okay for himself suddenly. Picked up a Mithril Hammer, maybe that's going to be a BKB, it could also be a Desolator if they want to go real aggressive. Desolator can do a lot of damage here, and I think their damage output might be sort of lacking, so it might be a really good
I agree. We have, by the way, I mean, with all the supports rotating from KP, both the supports on KP are still level 5, so that's Naga Siren and Shrek. And Naga Siren, of course, is an important one to have at level 6. While on EG, we already have the level 6, and they don't really have any other real support, they just got a jungle hero, so everybody else is higher than everybody or than everybody's counterpart of KP, doing really well there. Still the highest in the level is on the side of KP, it is RTZ that is highest level. He's level 11, so has got his level 2 ulti. In the meantime, we've got a bit of a gank. Split Earth, Demon, you're dead. Bone 7 with the last hit. And he goes for the tier 1 tower next. We do have the Treant sitting around there, but I don't think it's going to help much. The Edict there, level 3, should be enough to take it down. Fortification, tries to lay it. Cooldown coming down, up on 2. A lot of damage. There still goes Leshrac. He's dying down. That's going to be Jo running away. Still has that living armor up on there. There's no overgrowth anymore. Already used. As we see that the Gyrocopter gets picked up. In the meantime, Jo is still running around the Rosie with Bone 7, who gets lassoed and now will end up being a track kill potentially as well. Toggles his armlet, but it won't be enough. 3 kills go the way of EG. They save their tower, and of course, it is in deny range, but because they have a Train Protector, they don't need to deny it. They can heal it up again. Good fight coming up from KP, and oh my god, that chase from Bone 7 was kind of awkward.
Yeah. That's one of the worst parts of playing a hero like Lightstealer. You're a melee carry, you need to be in melee range to right click them. And so if they know that and they just kite you until you get in a really awkward position, things usually get pretty miserable for you very quickly. That's what happened to Bone 7 there. He was very close to killing Jo, like 2 auto attacks away, just couldn't quite seal the deal. And then the rest of his team was dead. He was in the middle of 4 or 5 heroes alone.
Yeah, and Demon hadn't used his last Soviet, so why not use it now? Actually, with that fight, he got himself the Blink Dagger.
Which is another big pickup. There's a Shadow Blade also picked up now on Jo. This is gonna get pretty aggressive pretty soon. They're starting to get their items up, and they've actually taken the lead in terms of both gold and experience.
And the question remains, what's KP gonna do in answer to it? Are they gonna fight fire with fire and just fight back? Because, I mean, you already said it, you can't trade with a bounty hunter. There's that track that just won't allow you to trade, basically, because it's never an even trade. And on the other side, are you just wanna then just try to sit back and farm as much as you can, and basically be sitting ducks because you know that EG wants to fight? It's a tough decision to make.
Yeah, I think one of the strongest factors you can, like, mention for...
Fear. You want to try to go for the Naga Siren? He might actually be able to do it, but the Split Earth comes in time. Fear still chasing him down. He has got those face boots, knows he's probably dead. Never mind, Nature's Prophet Ultimate with the vision gets it done. And Fear making himself out of his one. Oh, come with me, why are you chasing?
Buddy.
Now in comes Envy, and this is gonna put Fear back, but in comes Demon. Down goes Leshrac, and Envy, he's no longer chasing, he is on the run. Arteezy comes in, still looking for Fear, but of course the dust is already worn out, and he should be able to stay alive. He can just... Actually, he can now go invisible if he wants to, and Timelapse puts Arteezy back into safety as well. Nice pickups for EG for sure, taking down the 2 supports that already had a tough time as it is. Naga Siren still not level 6.
Yeah, and I was gonna mention, I think the best thing KP have going for them is that Naga Siren pick. You can just break the chain of initiation from EG very easily with Song of the Siren. But if you're not going to get level 11 until like 25 minutes plus in, that means you're not really going to be able to use Song that often. And EG don't really have a lot of long cooldown ultimates. They obviously Tree ult is nowhere near as long as it once was, and they took the damage away. But
Bamboo is killed off. The courier, that's actually, like, he killed off his own courier, basically, because that's a D2L courier, and D2L is EG sponsored, so killed off the EG courier. But nicely done, TP's out and get in time, and of course a brilliant pickup for his team. Just scouting out where it was, knowing where it was, being there at the right place at the right time. And so what's
yeah, and courier kills are huge, but they're gonna try and pressure this tier 1 tower top down. Everyone has to be somewhat careful. Naga's already there, and there's the Song.
Yeah, Bamboo is gonna be the target. He hasn't died yet, but this might be his first time. Cooldown coming down as well. In comes Bamboo, or Sir Demon though. Gets a lasso up on Arteezy, and Bamboo is just fine. Nature's Wrath going through, and everybody already very low. Nice overgrowth coming up from BDs. Looks like they're disengaging. Jo though still will be dropping there. Leshrac with the last hit and snare upon BDs. He'll go down very fast as well. And KP, they're on the hunt. They want to try and see if they can get some more. Arteezy already on the chase. But I don't think he should do this. He doesn't have a time lapse. He already used it earlier, but he should be. He is living. No track coming off from Fear, so that's gonna be him being safe. Nicely done. We have got the Desolator up on Fear, as you mentioned, would be coming. And by the way, one thing I still want to point out, because you said like Bone 7 needs to be catching up with his heroes. He needs to get in range to attack people. I mean, duh. But he has got phase boots, so in theory he should be able to hit everybody. But then in comes a track, and in comes extra movement speed for everybody on the side of EG, and that's so tough for him to deal with.
Yeah, it's kind of why the race car mix build that we like to call it has sort of come into popularity, where you pick a phase boots, drums, and Sanjiasha. Just get as much move speed as possible so people cannot get away from you. You don't really need to focus so much on damage at that point because you're going to just do more damage by being able to actually hit them. I don't know, he's going for an Orchid build, it looks like, with the pickup of the Oblivion Staff. Orchid's definitely a pretty powerful ability. I just don't know if it's the best here. If maybe there was a better pickup for him in this particular game. Like, I can understand it's pretty good if he wants to try and gank up that Nature's Prophet. Obviously, stopping him from being able to teleport away is powerful. And, like, if you can get it off on Batrider before he gets his spells off, it's very good, but that's usually pretty difficult.
Yeah. Oh, Bamboo will be the one to die, though. Rocket Barrage, can he run from this is the question. Living Armor's already there. Colon comes in, though. In comes Beatus as well, but that's still gonna be a kill. Going the way of Envy, and Beatus decides, you know, I don't want to be here, and he doesn't need to. Demon in the meantime, last two, that was the Lifestealer that they caught out, and that is the most farmed hero on the side of KP that they just were able to take down. And that's gonna shut down, or at least delay, his Orchid second Oblivion Staff, his Orchid for a little bit. Though he didn't lose that much. He actually already bought the Quarterstaff and the Sage's Mask for the second one. Still a pretty nice pickup for EG. Also a pretty nice pickup for KP though, because that actually was the first time that Bamboo died.
Yeah, and he just barely died. He got hit on the very edge of the Gyrocopter ultimate just using the move speed from the Shadow Blade to try and get out of there. If he had gotten maybe 10 move distance further, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Regardless, he doesn't. He goes down. It's a very good pickup for KP to get. They don't lose anything from that particular gank, only from Bone 7 getting ganked up in a different location.
Yeah. We have got, by the way, the gold graph is so even. 1500 gold in favor of EG is really nothing. There's actually a tower difference which is in favor of KP, so in theory you might assume it's more in favor of EG than it actually shows. Experience graph in favor of EG a little bit more, but that's of course because they got more kills. We also have got the, yeah indeed, as you ping out and draw out, Roshan being attempted by EG. They don't have a Medallion of Courage, but apparently they feel pretty confident they can take it down. And now also with the Shadow Fiend incoming, they will have that Necromastery, at least Shadow Fiend, Jo. They need your aura. I mean, not Necromastery, I mean Presence of the Dark Lord.
Presence of the Dark Lord.
There we go. Needed. Thank you.
Oh, double medallion coming out now from KP. Somewhat weird. Not something we see a ton of, but they're going to have 2 medallions.
Weaver already had one, and Naga Siren also has one now. I mean, she figured, you know, I can't buy anything else. And of course, at some point, Weaver wants to sell his. I mean, he's going for a Desolator. Oh, Demon. Demon, what you doing there, buddy? He doesn't know Arteezy is so close, but his Invis rune is actually almost running out. But he might be going for Arteezy here. He does have help of Jo incoming, but there will also be a song to disengage. So, in comes the song. Pylite die. Where's your song? He could have saved it. Am I wrong?
I think he might have been a little bit too far away. If he had not been walking away right as they initiated, it would have been able to save him. But he was just out of range, I think, and Arteezy went down in a matter of seconds, so it would have been close, and maybe he figured he wasn't going to be able to get him.
In the meantime, Beatus goes down as well on the bottom, top lane rather. That's gonna complete Bone 7's second Oblivion Staff. Dust was used. Beatus actually has got that point in Nature's Skies already for a while, actually, since level 4. And, oh, Fear finds Bone 7. Maybe they can take a kill here. Nature's Prophet also TPing, and they want to see if they can make it. Let's see, there's a Rage TP out. Can they stop him? Can they take him down before he TP's out, rather? Yes, they can. Another track kill on the board for EG.
Yeah, the physical damage that comes out from these 3 heroes is very high right now, especially with that Desolator, the presence of the Dark Lord max now. It's a lot of minus armor, 13 on whoever they're attacking, so they go down very quickly. So maybe someone should have a medallion picked up here for just a little bit additional minus armor, but it's, you know, it's kind of minor.
Yeah, it's not even needed. I mean, as you say, it's already so much. Just you know, that extra tick would be nice, but nobody really to maybe build it. Maybe actually Treant would, but you know, he's not having an easy time. He normally doesn't get as much farm as others. I mean, look at this. He's been involved in almost every fight purely by his living armor, but he hasn't been there. Like, it's global. He keeps himself safe. He actually has got 1 kill, of course, that we saw earlier.
Bamboo's going for a courier snipe.
Again? Oh my god. Oh god, again for the second time this game. In the meantime, last two up on our TC again, and he goes down again, and that's gonna be EG very far up now. 4k gold in their favor, experience graph keeps going up, and no courier again. The only upside for KP is that the courier didn't have anything with him, because he just brought items to Pylai, and Pylai is about to go down if he's not careful. Gets sprouted. Is there any shuriken toss? Yes there is, and a track, and a song.
That's not gonna help.
Is it?
He's tracked. He's not gonna be able to get out of range.
Nope. Demon is still there. He can just force staff forward. Sticky napalms, flame breaks. That's gonna be one dead. Naga Siren down on the ground.
And that's a level 1 song, so that's a 3-minute cooldown.
So long.
Expended. Yeah, that's kind of what I was mentioning. If you don't get level 11, it's really hard to use song as often as you're going to need to, just because of the aggression that EG is going to be able to put out with this kind of lineup. And now that they're starting to take a big lead, it's going to be pretty difficult for KP. They need to figure out what their strategy is going to be, how they're going to survive this onslaught. If they hold out and like are able to keep farming on heroes like Gyrocopter, they can definitely still take this game. They have a lot of carries that do very well later in the game, and EG have kind of gone a very mid-gamey lineup with Shadow Blades, Desolator, stuff like that.
Yeah, we do have BKBs all around though. One on the side of the Gyro, and the other one on Jo. Gyro and Jo, yes. So Eternal Envy and Jo. Still, Envy has got 2600 gold in the pocket, so kind of curious to see what he's gonna go for, because that will kind of determine what kind of game they're trying to play like. Are they gonna try to already defend now, or wait a second, we are gonna see a kill happening perhaps? It's Come With Me. Indeed goes down, still managed to land the dust, just in case someone tries to chase down Fear. But, oh, actually they might. In comes also Jo though, by Naga Siren. No song this time, so that's a kill. Rocket Barrage and Cola though, Fear will end up going down. Nice pickup for KP. A BKB charge being used for that. Jo has got the Aegis and will be back up again with his BKB. Can decide to TP out if he wants to. He doesn't even need to, just uses Shadow Blade and gets himself away from this place and actually tries to initiate on Bone 7. Is Demon gonna be there in time is the question. He's trying to, blinking Force Staff, gets Bone 7. The damage should be there, should be enough. Bone 7 tries to run, Armlet Toggle is not saving his life right now. That is Jo with another kill. There goes the BKB. There goes the Requiem of Souls. Arteezy already time-lapsed himself back to full life. Beatiz gets himself out safe as well, and that's gonna be KP trying to defend their tier 2. Looks like it's gonna be successful, but their lifestealer died. They only got a bounty hunter in return for it, and it wasn't that big of a loss for EG to begin with. They also get the Aegis though. I guess that's a nice thing to have.
Yeah, they got the Aegis down, but it was timing out in a minute, and I'm not really certain EG were going to have a better opportunity than that to make something happen with that Aegis, so whatever, they get a kill on Lifestealer off of the back of it, because I guess they thought Jo was just going to absolutely book it out of there. EG, though, known for their aggressive play. Oh, Bamboo was going for another courier snipe. He's not going to get it this time.
I was checking if the courier is there, doesn't see it. Has to be careful, though, because Bone 7 will see him soon. He's just gonna probably wait until the courier comes back. Oh, look at where the courier is being kept. They know he's there. They're looking for him. They see him, and snare, and that's gonna be maybe Come With Me still dying, but Bamboo will go down with him. That's a Gem of True Sight up on Pylai Die. Nicely scouted out by KP, but still will support dice for it. I mean, not completely useless. And of course, in the meantime, top lane is getting pressured out. KP all forced to their base, so nobody could actually do anything.
Yeah, Envy is up there though, and he's just like absolutely demolishing creep waves at this point. Hey, he sold his Quelling Blade finally. I was going to talk about the fact they picked up Quelling Blade on a ranged hero. Somewhat unusual, but Envy really likes killing creeps, so yeah. I guess it might be powerful.
And you want to escape from the thingies, from the Nature's Prophet, the trees.
Yeah, sure, certainly. He's gonna drop it now for an Eagle Song, which is probably
Good
fair.
trade.
Eagle Song's Eagle Song, very powerful item, very expensive. Can become a butterfly, which is also a very, very strong item. We'll see what EG are gonna do now. They've kind of faltered a little bit. Bamboo getting picked off is, I guess, somewhat unfortunate for them. But
Blink Lasso, they get Envy. Can he get out before you? Oh my god, that burst damage coming out from Jo. No BKB for Envy. And that's gonna be Come With Me, trying to run, but Fear will come in. One Shuriken Toss needed for the kill, gets it as well. Another track kill on the board. Looking for the next one. Arteezy marked up as next target. Bone 7 getting away with very low HP. The tier 2 tower will end up dropping. Bamboo coming in as well, of course, helping out with his little stumpies. And this is, I mean,
Yeah, that was
EG.
a well-timed gank
Yeah.
by EG. They went in as soon as Bamboo was basically respawning, so they were able to now transition this directly into a push in the tier 3s, and they have 24 seconds still without gyrocopter up. That's very good for them. He has buyback, but I guess he doesn't want to use it.
Oh, let's see though, he might be forced to, because in comes the song. There's the buyback, very low timed, but he will TP back in. The song will almost end already because it's still a level 1 song. BKB's turned on. In comes Fear, gets netted up, will end up going down. The rest of EG on the run. Looks to be fine though. Beat is, there's a gem of true sight. You can't hide. Or can he? Nope.
No.
Nope. So 2 kills going the way of KP after this one. Double kill actually for Envy, so that's nice. They saved their tower for now. It's actually in the nigh range. They might want to take it down because Bamboo is able to snipe it this way. I think with the amount of damage he can pull out with his Shadow Blade. We'll find out. And I mean, EG actually, it might still be worth it, that fight. In the end, they still come out ahead, I think. And I mean, the gold graph doesn't lie. It's still 12k in favor of EG. Goes down a little bit though, especially on experience, but it's still 15k in EG's favor.
Yeah, they end up trading 2 for 2, and they get a tier 2 tower, and they got track kills. So yeah, it's very good for them. Both 7 going to get pulled up on a cliff.
What? Whoa.
Yeah,
Rage
he has a
TP
TP
out.
scroll, so it's just kind of silly.
Demon getting back to base as well. He actually got the gem that was purchased by Beatis.
Bamboo Dota.
Told you so. Should have denied it. Bamboo snipes.
Yeah, it's just that was Demon being distracting. It was very, very smart by EG there. Demon just, playing his regular self, being super aggressive and always drawing attention to himself. Bamboo just ports into mid lane. It's like, okay, I'll take this tier 3 tower. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's going to be even more tower gold, and they have exposed barracks against a Nature's Prophet now, which is obviously less than ideal.
To say the least, yes. We have also got a butterfly up on Gyro in the meantime. And so far, I mean, of course, there's also a butterfly being built by the Gyro, but he doesn't have his yet, and no MKB on the board yet either, so there's nothing really that can hurt Gyro at the moment. He still died 3 times, but 2 of those were before the 10-minute mark, I believe. At least very early on, so he's been doing...
I think they might have been before like the 7-minute mark.
Yeah,
It's very early.
He is doing really well for himself right now. He is highest on net worth by far. Highest for KP is of course Envy, but he is like 4k. Jayo is 4k ahead of Envy, and that's a lot of gold. That's basically. I mean, he has the butterfly and the Shadow Blade. Something that Envy does not have. And of course, they both have BKBs. And in terms of BKBs, 8 seconds left on the one of Shadow Fiend, and 9 seconds left on the one of Envy. So Envy is slightly ahead in terms of the BKB, but that's also because he had it later.
And he didn't get to use it that time he really needed to, and just got disintegrated by Shadow Fiend ult.
Yeah, because that's also a point.
So they're gonna go for this push on the bottom tier 2, and while they're doing this, yeah, they're going for Roshan. This is the sort of thing EG can do right now. They look like they're pushing bottom, but they only need these 2 heroes to take down Roshan. Minus 13 armor on Roshan makes him die
Blink
very
Lasso.
fast.
Come with me, it's the target of Bamboo. Here comes the song though, and oh wow, look at this positioning. This is gonna be, if you had a black hole right now, what would you give for it? But BKB's all around. Beatis will be the first one to go down, but it is not the only one. Leshrac goes down, Weaver goes down, Naga goes down, Bamboo trying to find Envy, who gets hexed the moment he gets out of BKB. Nice Sprout up into, what would you give for your Quelling Blade right now, Envy? And that's gonna be a team wipe. Arteezy bought back and went back in with the, yeah. I was gonna say with the time lapse, or he didn't even, he TP'd back in. That's gonna be team wipe and then some, and a GG call from KP, of course. It's a best of 3 though, and this was only game 1, so we will see another game between EG and KP to see who takes the cake, and goes to the winners bracket, and who gets dropped down to the loser bracket. So far, EG 1 game up. Very convincing performance by them, I have to say. Keeping it cool early game, dominating mid game. And even though KP had a game plan, they needed to have it in late game, and they didn't get that far.
Yeah, it's a very smart, well-drafted team to come out from EG. They know KP really favor that late game, so they picked something that was all out on this mid-game aggression. They had a lot of minus armor, and were just able to burst these heroes down.
Yeah. Let's see if they can make it work in the second game as well. Stick around for game number 2 between KP and EG for the Corsair Summer Tournament 2013.